Hello! I'm so excited to come to you today and talk to you a little bit about a topic that I love and I feel like is a big objection and just in a way excuse of working your business. So the topic is, are you running a business or are you running a busyness? So my name's Laura Robinson. I am a diamond with Plexus Worldwide, and I've been doing this for almost 4 years. So March 2014 is going to be my 4-year anniversary. And, I've heard just over the years, a lot of people say, I don't have time working this business. Or I don't, I've been doing everything I can, but for some reason, it's just not working. I'm spending so much time on social media. I'm reaching out to so many people. And I always say back to them, well, are you doing productive work, right? So these are two very different things, being running a business and then running a busyness. So one will get you where you want to go, and one will really get you nowhere. So many leaders confuse being busy with being productive. It doesn't matter how new or old the organization is, it never ceases to amaze me how many people think they're saying active, that saying active is the same thing as being productive. We can all see how easy it is to slip into the habit of just doing stuff, but not producing value from that time that you put into it. So let me tell you what quickly changed for me and why I had to work this like a business. So I started working this business straight from the get-go. I saw the value in it. I knew, if I was going to start a business, I'm not just going to do it half-assed, right? I'm not just going to work it like a hobby. I'm going to work it like a business because I'm doing this to get further, to get, the future to change for me, right? I'm not just doing this to bring in, $50 here, $100 here. I'm doing this to change the future for my family and myself. So I started working this business while I was working full-time as an ER charge nurse. I was busy. I was extremely busy. I had a lot of emotional pressure on me. I had a lot of just responsibilities, right? So this is what I did. I would wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I usually would wake up at about 6 o'clock in the morning to leave for work. But when I started this business, I knew I had to fit this business into my life. So I would wake up 30 minutes early to be able to check messages, right? To be able to send messages, to be able to reach out to people. So, I would get to work and I would be filled with all of the information that I had just learned before I went to work. And this is all at 6:30 in the morning, right? Did I want to, be able to sleep a little bit longer? Yes. Did I want to have to be able to hit pause or 15 minutes later on my alarm clock? Yes. But I knew I had to make this business a priority if I was going to get anywhere, right? And I couldn't just be doing busy work. I had to be doing productive work, right? So when I was at the hospital, I couldn't just be on my phone all the time. I had ambulances coming in. I had helicopters. I had people in the waiting room, people in the ambulance bay. I had 31 rooms with about 50 employees underneath of me. So I could not be on my phone. I had to put the time in when I could. So how did I do that? So, the importance of a planner is you have to have a planner in this business, even a calendar, a planner, whatever works for you, but you have to plan to work your business. So what I would do is I would take Sundays. Sundays were for me, so I definitely recommend going into the new year, you get a schedule that works for you. But this is what worked for me. I always had Sundays off. Sundays are my day of just relaxation, to get organized, to not work. So on Sundays, I would plan my entire week out. So this is what I did when I was working full-time in the ER, 4 12-hour shifts, pulling in close to 60 hours a week. And let me let you know, and let me tell you, I worked full-time as an ER charge nurse 5 months after I hit the rank of diamond. So you can do this if you are staying at home. You can do this if you're working part-time. You can do this if you're working full-time. And you can do this if you're working even more hours than full-time. I know you can because I did. So on a Sunday, I would sit down with my planner out. and I would schedule my entire week, right? The days that I had to work in the hospital went down first. That's a priority, right? I can't get around that. That's how I was, financially being able to support my family. I had to work those days. Those would go down, right? The next thing that would go down in my planner was doctor's appointments, stuff that I had to do second, right? Stuff that I couldn't just put on the back burner. I had to do. But then third, it was this business. So I would say, okay, I need time for personal growth and development. Where can I add these videos in? Where can I learn about network marketing? And I would schedule these videos before I would go to work. So basically what that looked like is I would search on Sunday 4 or 5 different types of either personal growth and development videos or network marketing videos, and I would actually save the YouTube link in the notepad of my phone. So when I would get in my car at 6:15 in the morning, I would make sure I go onto YouTube and I would play a video, and it would be playing through Bluetooth the entire time when I was driving to work. It was a 25-minute drive to work. So it was 25 minutes that I was able to listen to personal growth and development that wasn't taking time out of my other daily tasks, right? I was just sitting in car. I usually just listen to the radio or music. What that did for me was when I went to work, I was just so excited to be able to put what I listened to into my own work business, right? If I didn't listen to that, I probably would get to work and be like, okay, I guess when I get home, I'm going to have to listen to this and do that. But instead, I was already filling my cup with awesome information that I was so eager to go home and apply to my new business. On the way home, I would do training calls, or I would reach out to people via calling them on the phone at a 25-minute drive home. So basically, I would get in my car at work. I would either, I had already scheduled either talking with someone, or I would, get on my phone and say, hey, can you chat real quick? I have a 25-minute drive home. And that was the time I did my training calls. 25 minutes, home, sitting in traffic instead of listening to music. And that's a great way when you pull into your driveway, you're like, okay, great, I just got home. I'm going to go inside now, and deal with family stuff. Because we all know if we're working moms or spouses or, just anyone basically, when you get home from work, especially a 12-hour shift, you do not want to have to work more, right? And, if you have kids, they come to you and now it's mommy, the mommy hat goes on. So I scheduled those times on the way home. So also on Sundays, I would schedule times to, just follow up. What worked for me was I would pick a day of the week. It usually happened on a Thursday or a Friday towards the end of the week. And I would sit down and intentionally just follow up. So if I worked that day, it was either at 5:30 in the morning. If I didn't work that day, it was usually later in the afternoon. But when I sat at my desk, that is all I did was follow up. Okay. So with that being said, you need a schedule. You need a planner to plan your work out. Okay. For me and my team, it's really important that we post towards the color personalities. With that being said, a little bit of, what I mean by that is when I first joined, I watched my sponsor for 5 months. 5 months. In my mind, she was posting towards more of what we call the yellows, right? More of helping, what it was doing for her. So I kept scrolling, right? I kept scrolling. So I'm like, okay, cool. She's on this drink. Awesome. She's helping some people. But it wasn't attracting my color, right? And I'm red. The day that she posted that she was able to bring in a little extra money to support her family, or a little extra money, I think her message was to buy some cheese dip for her family, I got interested and I started paying closer attention because in my mind, my red personality, I thought, whoa, she's actually bringing in some extra money. So I joined on a post talking about cheese dip. I watched her for another week. Her next post was she was able to deposit her check from this company and how thankful she was for that she was able to bring some extra money in and take that pressure off of her spouse. So that caught my attention. But if she kept posting towards just testimonies and just how amazing the products were making her feel, I probably wouldn't have joined. So make sure you're posting different statuses in different, that you're posting to grasp different people's attention, if that makes sense. So another thing is schedule time to really pour into your team, right? So a day, maybe just to take 4 or 5 people and say, hey, you know, what can I help you with? How can I coach you today? But you have to schedule your business. So what does a busyness look like, right? If you're running a busyness, what does that look like? It's setting false goals and not sticking with them. So, you know, if you say, you know, I'm going to add 3 people next month, and that's all you say, but you're not really setting any guidelines to do that, you're probably not going to reach those goals. So I like to have an accountability partner. Use your sponsor. Say, you know, hey, Jen, hey, Kara, those are my sponsors or my upline. You know, I really want to add 4 people this month. These are the people that I'm talking to. Can you help me come up with a game plan for that? And, you know, do you mind checking in with me, you know, every couple of weeks and make sure I'm on my goal? I really want to hit this, right? So setting guidelines to hit that goal. Another sign of a busyness is just scrolling Facebook, y'all. With these new algorithms, you don't want to just be scrolling. You don't want to be scrolling. I know even at my level, I find myself sometimes just scrolling, and that's not working your business, okay? That's not working your business. Waiting for someone to like or comment your posts. This works a very small amount of time. If you're just posting on social media and you're like, I don't know why my business isn't working. I'm scrolling, I'm active in the team page, I'm making a post. No one, you know, I don't know. That's not working your business. That's putting busyness out there, right? And you're probably not going to hit the ranks and the goals that you have. So, you know, if someone, you know, gets likes or comments, that's amazing, but you can't be waiting for someone just to like or comment your post. Your success in this business is 100% up to you, right? So waiting, if you're just waiting for a person to add to your team and just to get it, right? So you just, you know, you're waiting for that dream team, or you're waiting for someone just to join you and just get it so that they can help you. You are running a busyness, okay? You need to go as wide as you can and also train them to go as deep as you can. So making 3 to 5 posts a week and just thinking that you worked your business, like I was saying, is not working your business. And then also posting in a group that you run. You know, this is busyness work. If you are not at a level where you feel confident in your own recruiting skills, your own duplication skills, you are bringing people on and you're training them, just posting in a team page that you run is not work. You need to be focusing on your own personal business as well. So, you know, talk with your sponsor, talk with your upline, and see, you know, is your team page taking time away from your own business? Maybe you're just managing, right? Maybe you're in management mode because you're posting on your team page and you're waiting for someone to like and comment and run with you, when you should really maybe be focusing on your own business. So talk with your sponsor if you have a team page, if you feel like that is putting all of your attention to that, maybe it's good to rethink that situation. So what does a business look like, right? And a business is intentionally working towards your goals. It is so important to set goals every single month, short-term, long-term, and how you're going to get there. So get with your sponsor and figure out how can you meet the goals, and are they realistic for where you're at in your business? Working close with your new ambassadors and helping them. Don't just add someone to your team and say, awesome, I added someone, they're going to get it, right? No, you need to be talking with them every single day, at least for the first month. Okay. And recruiting, you have to be recruiting in your own business. If you set that on the back burner, you can't expect your team to be recruiting if you're not recruiting. So if you are listening to this and you have that mindset right now of, my team's just not doing anything. They're not motivated. I don't know what's going on. They're not getting it. Look at your own business. Look through those numbers. How many people have you recruited in 2017? And how many of those people have you seen duplication with what you're doing for them? How many of those people are silver, right? So plan that out before you go into 2018 so you can set realistic goals. So you do not want low efficiency and low output, right? These are the people who just think they can put in the minimum that they can. They don't produce results and they just post to post. So if you feel like you're in the category of you're just putting in the minimum work that you can to make it meet, harsh reality, you're probably not going to hit the big goals that you want. You have to put in a lot of work right now so that you can sit back a little bit more, right? Just like in the beginning, did I want to wake up 30 minutes early? Absolutely not. I was exhausted, right? But I knew maybe if I woke up 30 minutes early right now, maybe in 6 months from now, I can actually have a day to sleep in and not have to go to work because I can start cutting hours, okay? So look around you. Are you where you want to be? If you're not, you got to change that routine. You can't just keep doing what you're doing and keep it, and think that you're going to get results from that. Work with your upline to figure out what you're doing that's filling in your day with busyness work so that you feel like, you're being productive, but you're really not. So evaluate what you do with your business every single day. Write it down, right? Most networkers spend most of their time getting ready to get ready, right? They file their pencils, they're getting their desk ready, they're rewriting their schedule, they're rewriting their list of people. I know because I did it for way too long. We're spending our time getting ready to get ready for something. You have to be productive in this work, in this type of business, especially if you're short on time. Okay, so who's holding you back? That's another huge one. Who's holding you back in your business? Is it a coworker that you're nervous to, be posting because you don't want them to see your post and then question you at work? Is it your spouse? Who is it that is not letting you put the time into your business? This might be a conversation that you need to have before going into 2018, right? Say, I am really wanting to focus on this business so that we can have a better future, say in a year, 6 months, however long you're wanting to, work intentionally. And I need you to be supportive of that. Can I maybe take 15 minutes here and there and you watch the kids? Or maybe can you take the kids to, the science center or the library where I can intentionally work my business? This might be a conversation that you need to have if you feel like, you're not getting time to work your business, okay? So you don't need more than one action plan, right? The last action plan that you created will work if you just put it to action. This is what I hear all the time. Oh, I planned this out. I'm going to do this. This is my schedule. But then they don't put it to action. Don't reinvent the wheel. Do what is working for your sponsor, your upline, what they've taught you, right? But just put your plan to action. So I'm almost finished here, and I'm hoping this is helping you guys. But creating a business that grows really comes down to your daily routine and how committed you are to it, right? It is no one's responsibility but yourself. Whether you're a busy parent, a busy professional, you have to get organized and create a calendar for success. You either control your calendar or your calendar controls you, right? So some tips I have for you going forward for 2018 is free up space. Look through your upcoming calendar and cancel anything that is not essential, right? First, I always say triage your calendar. Being an ER nurse, triage your calendar. And then learn to say no with grace, okay? If you can't start saying no, you're going to end up right where you are now, okay? Focus on your own business. Exercise. Get out there and run. Get some endorphins going. That always kind of helps you clear your mind. Recenter yourself. So what are you going to do to work your personal business? It doesn't matter if you're a jewel in the company, a diamond in the company, a gold in the company. You continuously have to be working your own business, right? Celebrate what you've done. This is so critical to pause and step back and say, you know what? I am doing a great job. You know what? I reached out to 10 people this week. I'm talking with 8 of them, right? So take a step back to get perspective and reconnect with your purpose or your why. If your heart is in it, then your mind's going to follow. So working intelligently, right, is not about being busy, but it's about being productive, okay? So I'm hoping this helps you. I like to say, instead of being busy, I like to say, I'm not busy, I'm passionately productive. Okay, so don't be busy, have intentional movement. Don't be busy, have passionate momentum. And don't be busy, walk a focused path. So I hope that helps you focus your time in 2018 and start running a business and not a busyness. Bye, guys, and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.